This is SevereMMA at FCC 14, the Macron Stadium in Bolton, and we're with the winner of the co-main event of the evening. The team handsome, or maybe not quite so handsome for a week or so anyway, Jordan Desborough, after a second round stoppage of the always dangerous Deck Williams. This fight over 2 rounds went everywhere, and you guys both had moments. Were you expecting that kind of? Were you expecting this kind of close fight with a guy like that?
Fighting a guy like Declan Williams, it's a bit strange because he's got a split record, but he's a lot better than the record shows, as that fight just showed. You're going to see over the next year or two, I'm the best pattern weight in this country, and look what he's just done to my face. Yeah, he managed to get some off on me. I think it was mostly a one-sided performance, but he did have his moments. Fair play, he's a veteran of the game. You know, you don't come in here and stop somebody like Declan Williams. Not everyone can come in here and do it. He's a tough fighter, so I've got a lot of respect for Declan Williams. He's from a good gym, good coaches.
We know that he carries that one-punch knockout power, which is always kind of it's always something that an opponent has to think about. You seem to eat a couple of heavy shots, even on the ground. Did he have anything that bothered you at all?
To be honest, I didn't even he caught me with a shot, but I just didn't really think about it. I didn't realise there was anything wrong with my eye until I saw some blood on him, and I had to check in the first round if it was me or him that was bruised or cut. I didn't know. I know that he landed some shots. At no point did he hurt me. No point did I ever feel in trouble. I was able to keep a calm mind all the way through, and that's how you win tough fights. I got coming in here with a calm mind, being able to adapt in tough situations, and that's what I'm getting very good at.
I got to admit, some of the transitions, if he got a dominant position on the ground, it didn't take very long before you were sweeping, reversing. I think it's probably the most active we've ever seen you off the back in terms of looking for position. Does it feel that way in the cage?
No disrespect to Declan, but the reason that he was able to get top position is I'm just so confident whenever I go in there against anybody in this division. If the fight hits the floor, the fight's mine. I've never lost the fight on the floor. Maybe the only fight you could say that is one fight where I just got taken down, but in that fight I was able to control positions. I've never lost a fight on the floor. I'm the best in this country on the floor in the bantamweight division. I go as far as the featherweight division. My ground game is phenomenal.
I'll tell one more question about Beck, and then we'll let you so you can watch your colleague. You had him in the crucifix. You were landing some pretty hard elbows.
In the first round when I had the crucifix on Declan, he was able to get out of it, which I've never ever had anybody get out of that. Maybe I was a bit too overconfident, but fair play to Declan. On my best night, I can come in here and beat anyone. And he gave me a hell of a fight tonight, so I've got a lot of good things to say about Declan. I hope he keeps on fighting and fighting the tough guys, because that's what you can say about him. He's not coming here fighting a bum, he's fighting a good fighter. He always turns up and fights good people, so fair play to the guy.
You've stayed pretty busy. What do you want next? Is there anybody out there? Is there any, what's next for Team Handsome?
I've got a few offers on the table already. The way my eyes looking, one of them might be out of line. I was due to fight in 3 weeks down in London, potentially. But the way that my eye is, I don't know if I'll be able to do that. And I had a very hard weight cut yesterday.
SBG being represented tonight. You've got teammate Matt Inman just about to step into the cage to defend his title. I always ask the question, how important is SBG to the development of Jordan Desborough?
I've said this recently, when you're in the moment, you're involved with something. A lot of the time, you don't take a moment to sit back and realise what you're involved with, you just get on with it. When you come to a fight like this, the support that we've got just here tonight, top row right over here is all SPG. I'm looking around and seeing Saul Rogers, Matt Inman, fucking Sips, all the guys that are here. And before I was due to walk out there, I had Martin Silverton in my corner. I just looked at him and I thought, I've got this fight. When you do rounds with guys like that, the confidence that you can take is ridiculous. You take it into the cage. I don't think the guys in our team realise what we're on the verge of, but we're on the verge of something very special. And people are going to see it over the next year and a half.
One more question, we'll let you go. On social media, Paddy Pimblett, a teammate of an old friend of yours, has been calling out Matt Inman. What's your view on that? He literally thinks he wants that fight at welterweight.
The thing is, I don't like his teammate, but I like Paddy Pimblett. I like what he's about. I like his fight style, his game. I like what he does as well. Outside of the cage, he brings some attention to the sport. He brings different people talking about it. I don't have a bad word to say about him. I think he's a very entertaining person in UK MMA, and I think UK MMA needs people like that. Having said that, even Des Parker taking a fight with Matt on 2 a week or whatever. Maybe it's because I train with Matt, but I think anybody who gets to the cage with Matt has got to be part of his true loose, because he's the best guy I've ever trained with. Maybe some of his performances in the past haven't been there, but guarantee you're going to see something with Matt. He's the best guy in the gym. I'm not saying a lot with the guys in our gym. Everybody looks up to Matt.
If Paddy is serious about it, how do you see that going?
I'm not even going to answer that question.
That obvious? That obvious. Yeah, no. Look, before we let you go, I know you wanted to say something. I mean, tell me what.
Are you not going to ask me about Adventure?
Well,
or is that just in bad taste?
Well, we wanted that fight at 140. We know.
Yeah. So after the last FCC, my coach came to me and said, Declan Williams 135. I said, what about Adventure? My coach said, what about Adventure? Yeah. It made no sense for me to be put in there when the game offered me him. I felt bad, but listen, he's a nice kid. He's going to learn a lot from him tonight. So 100% true. I hope he comes back and that fight does happen down the line, because he means well. When he's calling me out, he's trying to get some attention for himself, and that's the thing with UK MMA. You've got to do it. I know he's a nice guy. I just like fucking with him. But no, honestly. Good luck in the future, mate. It is what it is. It's UK MMA. You'll be back.
I'm very conscious that your man is about to step off now and fight. So I'm going to say, Jordan Desborough, congratulations on a great MMA performance.